Good afternoon. Welcome to Stitchy Time with Tish. My name's Tish. Today is not a normal floss tube. Today is a floss tube extra where I'm going to film my WIP Parade. I'm doing it early because during the month of December is my extremely busy time where I'm doing cards, gifts and etc, etc, etc. Today is Tuesday the 18th of November, almost got the day month wrong, 2025. I'm going to start off with showing you all my WIPs, starting with the oldest, and then I'm going into the one that I did now. I'm also going to do, I'm thinking about doing a plans floss tube as well. That's a good idea actually. Yeah. Anyway, so all of my WIPs are on Ada. I don't stitch on anything else apart from one of them that's on and I do plastic canvas, but I think it's 14 count anyway. But all of my WIPs are on Ada. Some of them will be on 16, majority of them are on 14, but there are occasions where it's 16 and 18 count. I don't know all of my what fabrics they are on because I can't remember and I've had them for a long time. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Right, my first WIP, number one, is Aurora Cabin by Dimensions. I will put pictures in of what they will look like, and then I'll put in a before photo of where I last worked on it, my before photo. And this is where it is up to now, and this is what I've done. I did some of this for the Amazing Race. I've done some of this in Project Focus and Beat the Modem in WIP Warriors. And this is what I have done. As you can see, I've worked on the Aurora Borealis in the top sky, and I've worked down here in the stream as well. This is one of my husband's favourite projects. He bought me this Christmas of December 2019, and I started it in 19th of May 2020, so during the pandemic, before I discovered floss tube. And as you can see, I stitched on it. I think I started in the middle, and I think I only had this little bit here stitched. That was it. That's all I did. And then I put it away because I had paper copies. I didn't even have Pattern Keeper at the time. I was stitching on PDFs and pattern copies, and this is before I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia and before they found out I had an anomaly on my brain, and then things started going south, and before I had a mental breakdown and a depression and stuff like that, and it got put away. But since then I have made loads of progress. I loaded it up into Pattern Keeper and away we go. I know this is supposed to be in half stitch, but I actually I full cross stitch it because yeah, okay, because I've I forgot that it's supposed to be in half stitch, so it's all in full stitches. Oh well, so that's what I've done. or anything that's supposed to be done in three stitches, or everything is done in 2 stitches, like Silk Stitch Stead. All her dimension kits, she does 2 strands. So I'm like, okay, so yeah, I'm like Silk Stitch, like Caroline. So yeah, it's all done in 2 stitches. My brain can't finish late from that. And that's that. So that's project 1. I think I have something like 30, I don't know. How many projects do I have? Oh, 36. Not bad, not bad. And I could probably get some of these finished. Right, project number 2 is Winnie the Pooh. Now, I got this kit from Aldi many years ago. It was a nursery set. It came with like the height chart, other little things and stuff like that. Anyway, I started it on the 4th of February 2022, and I'm doing it for one of our very good friends. Her little boy, he turned 3 in July. And that's how old this is, 3 years old. And I'm still doing it. So I'll put a picture in of what it will look like. This is on 14 count Ada. I think it's just a light blue fabric. I don't know what kind of fabric it is, because again, I've had it a long time. And this is where I am. The motifs on the outside are individual, so I've just been doing individually, going around and doing them as and when. I've done Piglet already, and I've restitched, I unpicked Winnie the Pooh because I made mistakes on him and I couldn't get my head around it. It wouldn't go right, so I unpicked him and restitched him again to make it right. So once I've restitched him, so what I'm going to do is, because I got fed up of doing the whole thing around the outer edge, but I'm actually going to change it because it goes all the way around the circle. And then I was thinking the other week, oh, I need to put the name in. Where would I put the name? So I thought, well, I won't put all the flowers in, so what I'm going to do is do the bear and the inside first, get that all stitched, and then put the name in, and then whatever's left I can fill in with the motifs. That's my plan for that. And then it'll get finished, and that's what I've got left to do. So that's that one. I've not touched it for a bit, so I really do need to get it done. Project 3 is Disney Fun, which you've already seen you'll see in my last video. By Buffy Threads. This is on, I believe it's on 16 count, light blue fabric, and it's a very long one, look, as you can see. I should have really done back stitches as I went along, but yeah, anyway. I've still got the last dinosaur to do in the corner, and I've just got to do the grass at the bottom. So there's not really much left to do on that. I mean, if I don't get it finished this year, then the plans, all my near finishes will get done in the new year. I started it on the 20th of August 2022. I'd started it for my son's birthday, so he's 3 years old. That's how old it is. So that's that one. Right, project 4 is Under the Sea by Lakeside Needlecraft. It was designed by Joanne Jones. I'll put a picture in. It came as a kit, So I got the fabric and all the threads, but they were all DMC, so I put them all into me stash, if you like, and used my threads that I had, and then just, you know, threaded it when I needed it, or whatever, onto the bobbins. So it came as a fabric, as a kit, sorry. The fabric is an Ada 14 count. Look, it says it there on the top. Exclusive needlecraft under the fabric. Right. Now I know I did make a bit of mistakes in this, but I've just made the little bit up as I went along. Right, and this, let me get my board out, because it's easier. I know it's a metal board, it's easier. It's the only board I've got available. And this, as you can see, there's another one that I should have back stitched as I went along. As you can see, I've done all I've got left to do on the I've got a turtle here that all I've got left to do is just to put, I think, his eye in, I think. Everywhere else I still got to finish off the scuba diver, I believe, and I think there might be something in the treasure, I don't know. I've got the lobster to finish, and I believe there's some coral here that's got to go on. And it goes all, the sand goes all the way around here, and then I've got this, whatever this is, going around the edge, and it goes all the way down. So I've got the submarine that goes in the corner here, and then all the way down, and that's what I've got to do, and that's what's left to do. So again, I've got a few things that's near finishing, so I think next year I might concentrate on the near finishes. Right, and this I started on the 6th of February 2023 is when I started that. Number 5 is Welcome Witches by Hannah Handmakes. Yeah, I started this on the 6th of February 2023. And I did differently. I decided to put it on pink fabric. I will put, as I said, on everything, I will put in pictures before, pictures of what it will look like, and before pictures. And as you can see, I'm not far from finishing this. I think I've only got a little motif to go there, a little motif to go there, and a little bit of back stitch to go in. So I'm not far from completing this. Here it's supposed to say Welcome Witches, but I've decided to leave the witches off and just have welcome on it. And that is going to be finished. I decided to put it on this lovely pink fabric. And again, I don't know what fabric it is. This I got some fabric for my birthday one year from my mother-in-law. So she got me loads of fabric, and I don't know. So I don't know what's what. But yeah, so it's not far from being finished. And this is on my acoustic for the letter E because it's got eyes in it. If you have a look, where is it? There's a couple of eyes in this design, so I thought, yeah, I'll use that to try and get it finished. I'll try and get it finished this year. One second. Sorry, just my husband looking for something. Right, okay, and this And as you can see, I haven't got a lot to finish, so that's that. So that's hopefully another one to finish. So I've got a few finishes that I could get done easily. So that's that one. Number 6 is Draw Halloween 2018 by Stitch Normani, and I believe this is one of the first ones that she designed. I think, yeah, I think it was one of her first stitch-alongs, and that's when I first discovered her, because she was posting it on Instagram, I believe, and I followed somebody. It was posted in one of the Facebook groups, and I saw it, and since then I have followed it, and I got it on, and I saw somebody put it on this, and I did the same thing. And as you can see, sorry, I posted it on. I put it on this fabric. This is, I think it's it says it at the top, Spider Lace Purple. I got it from Lakeside Needlecraft. It's Ada 14 count, and I believe they do this in grey as well, I believe. And I finished all the border, and I've just got, and I'm down to, I've just done the first 2 here. I believe, I know who that is, I can't remember who that is. I'll have to find out. But that's what I am up to. And that's what I've done so far. I really need, I mean, these little characters in the squares don't take long to stitch at all. I'm just a bit far behind, really. So I really do need to get them stitched up. But that is what I've got done. I started that one on the 18th of February 2023. I could have gone finished by now. Alright, number 7 is Christmas Village Part 3 by Fiona Barkeven, and this is in the the World of Cross Stitch magazine. It's in the Christmas special 2021, and if you're interested, it's the issue of 314. It's I started it on the 27th of March 2023, and this is when I was doing WIP Go at the time, and that's how I ended up doing part 3 first instead of part 1. But I do want to do part 1 and part 2 first. So once I finish part 3, I'll start on part 1, because I have plans. I do have plans. It's stitched on plastic canvas, 14 I believe, but here is what I've done. I've almost finished. This is the schoolhouse. There's also a church in this collection. So the schoolhouse, I had to stitch the side twice. This is the front, I believe, so I just got to back stitch in the school, and I've done the back where there's a nice little cat, and now I'm doing the bell tower. So I'm just stitching the tower, and then I've just got the roof to do, and then once that's done, I can then put it together. I've done the sleigh in like this, and I've got to put that together. I've got a few Christmas decorations that's ready to be put together, and then I've just got the church to do, and that's that. So that's number 7. Project 8 is Halloween Storybook 2021. Again, that's by Stitch Normani. I started this on the 27th of April 2023. love these. I think this one's my favourite so far. I have, this is where I'm up to, I stitched the bookmark, the book in totally. I know I've stitched it completely wrong. I've made a mistake somewhere, so some of the squares are not the right size, but anyway, who's to know. I've done day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beetlejuice is my favourite, along with Cousin It. I think that's fantastic. And I've done Dracula as well, and I like Dracula because it reminds me of Vampire Clan, because we have in our myth with Vampire Clan. And so I've done 5, I think that was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've done day 11, so I've still got a few to go yet. And I really do need to get back to stitching these. I mean, these don't take long to stitch, what, an hour or 2? So I could probably, what I could probably do is, in between each one, I could probably stitch a box or 2 in between each whatever stitches I'm doing, but obviously I don't. I really need to bring these out for some of my scavenger hunts, maybe. We'll see. They might come out in some of the WIP Warriors new games next year, we'll see. So that's that one. Alright, number 10 is Butterfly Paint Splash. That's by KLT Charting. She's the owner of the Myth and Stitch War games, or the creation, should I say. I did this on a 14 count Ada, just plain white. I'm not sure what fabric it is. Is it Zawadigar or not? I don't know. About, I've got it upside down even. Of course I have. I started this on 26th of July 2023. And would you believe me if I told you I started this in a library while my son was at he went to a youth club thing to do this young carer day thing, and the hubby was working at the time before he actually had to give up work completely. Yeah, and he asked me to come with me, so I took a project, and where he was, there was a library attached to it, so I took this project to start, and I started it in the library. That's what I did. That's where I started it, in the library. So, and that's what I've got done. So this at the top here, where you can see it there, is the start, and at the bottom there I think is where it ends. So it's going to be quite a big butterfly. I might actually, when it's finished, I'm thinking about making it into a cushion. When it's finished. That's what I'm going to do. Make it into a cushion. So there's that one. Project 10 is a zombie frog. I love this little frog, he's so cute. He's almost completed. And I've got to do this in, he's going to be used in the scavenger hunt because I need a frog. So of course he's going to be used in the scavenger hunt. It's just a matter of doing it. But this is what I've got done. All I've got to do, I think the actual frog is finished, I believe. I've just got to do the I'm sure it's trees on either side. And apparently there's something in the middle here, but I didn't like it, so I've left it off. But I've got to do the trees on either side, so that's my plan for that. That one, and that one's at a near completion. I started this on, did I say when I started? 16th of September 2023, and I started that in ACB Singo because I needed a project for a letter Z, so I started Sunbury Frog. Number 11, Cabinet of Curiosities. 2022 by Stitch Normani. Again, as you can see, I've got quite a few of her projects started because, as again, I like the artist, I like the designer. I started this on the 2nd of October 2023, and this is what I've got done. This you can't see right now is an actual skeletal hand. I've got to do backstitch from, I started doing backstitch individually, but it was taking me a long time. So I decided to leave the backstitch and do it at the end. So I've only got, you can see how far I've got left to do. I've got 5 boxes to look. No, I've still got to finish the books in this section, and then I've got 5 more boxes left to do, and then the backstitch, and this is actually finished. And I might actually get it out because I've got a snake in this, so I might get it out for the scavenger hunt. So that's what I might do. So it might get some more stitching on it. So as I said, there's quite a few projects that need to get that on near finishing. So there's that one. Number 12 is Family Chalkboard by Lucy Heaton. I started this on the 7th of January 2024. It's in the I forgot to mention that Zombie Frog is by Kathleen Burlow, and it's in the Just Cross Stitch Halloween magazine 2021. Right, the Family Chalkboard, as I said, was by Lucy Heaton. It's in the issue 303 2021 in the World of Cross Stitch issue. And I started this on the 7th of January 2024, and that was for the Bringo I started it for. And this is what I've got done. I've actually changed it. If you look at from the original, when I put the what do I look like? These are done in white, the backstitch bits. But when I did it in white, I didn't like it, so I changed it. I still kept this as white, but the backstitch here, I did these in backstitch, and I think it looks good. But where it's got the life, now there is backstitch there, so I'm going to keep that in white, but I'm doing it as I'm going along, and I think it actually makes it pop, and that's what I've done. I need to work on it because I haven't touched it for a bit. I think the last time I worked on it was right in maybe January Well, it might have been March was the last time I worked on it, so I need to get some work done on it. Now, next one is number 13. Project number 13 is James Webb Space Telescope, and this is by Climbing Goats Designs. I started this on the 18th of May 2024. Now, I know a couple of us in my Vampire Clan bought this, but I think I'm the only one who started it. Now, yes. Now, I made a mistake, and I'll tell you why. Because when you see the picture, you'll notice that I'm supposed to fit on this side another hexagon. Now, another hexagon isn't going to fit on that, because I made a huge boo-boo. When I originally did it, because I wasn't going to do the writing at the bottom, I was going to do it that way. So it would have fit on, right? It would have fit on. It would have fit on that way. But I, for unknown reason, did it that way. So of course, it's not going to fit on. So, the one, I think the two square hexagons that are going to be, that fit on now, I'm not putting there. I'm going to move them. I'm going to add them because they individually stitch up on their own anyway. So, who's to know? So I'm going to move them elsewhere. I'm going to put them elsewhere. But this is what I've done so far, and I'm absolutely loving it. I love my stars. So this is a very good picture. Because in the middle here is a galaxy. So, and I believe on the other side here as well is another one that I ain't going to fit in. So the ones that I can't fit down the side, I'm just going to put underneath. Because again, like I said, I'm not having the writing on. And that's what I'm going to do. So that's that project. So there's going to be changes to this. They're still going to be there, they're just going to be in different places. So that's that one. Project 14 is the Avengers by Awesome Pattern Studio. I started this on the 31st of May 2024. I actually started this late. I was supposed to have done it for my brother's birthday last year, my middle brother, but I started it well late and I haven't finished it yet. So I really want to get it done, but I've really started it late. But now I've got into a place where I'm in a groove with this. So, and this is what I've got done. So as you can see, I've started from the top. I made my way down. And this is what I've done. So you can see Hulk, Iron Man, and Captain America. 4 sits over here. I think I'm just starting to get into 4. But what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to fill all the gaps in and making my way down. I mean, it won't take long to do. So I don't know if I'm going to try and get that finished for Christmas. We'll see. Because my brother, bless his heart, needs a bit of TLC. So I might do. I'll see what happens. See what time I've got left. Right. Project 15 is Quaker Style Halloween Sampler by Nancy Whaler, and it's in the Just Cross Stitch Halloween magazine, 2023. And I started it on the 3rd of September 2023. Again, I started this for the ACB single, because I needed something. I think with a Q, that's probably why I started it at the time. But I'm not complaining. I needed, oops, drop in. Right, here we go. And this is what I got done. I've still got a bit to do on this, but I'm enjoying this actually. But when I show you the pattern, it was done in black and white, and I thought boring. So I've done this in two different variegated pinks. The dark pink is for the black, and the light pink is for white. Or the light variegated, should I say. And then I done the back stitch in black to give it some definition, and that's what I've done. I think page 1 is already done, so I'm now on page 2 and I'm working on the house. That's what I've got done. I mean, I know there's a mistake in here somewhere, but I don't know how. I know I made a mistake on this because when I did it, it didn't work out. So I just like, okay, I just go with the flow, and that's what I've done, and that's what I've got. So that's it. I can't wait to get this finished. I know it's something completely different. And that's that. 16 is Mindfulness Mandela, and this is by Amanda Butler. It's in the cross stitch January issue 2024, and I absolutely adore this. I should have had it finished by now, but unfortunately I started it late. And I had to restart it because I started in the wrong place and whatnot. But now that I've got going, it's getting somewhere, and I absolutely adore this. And I started it when did I start this? 24th of September last year, my son's birthday. 24th of September 2024. Don't worry, I did it after I did the birthday celebrations. No, I didn't. Poor sod had the COVID. Yep, that's right. Poor sod had COVID, and so I didn't start, and so we had to delay his birthday party for a week. And when hubby had COVID, I remember that. Right. I started this because my mental health suffered so badly, and I thought it was a perfect thing for me. So, as you can see, I've done part 1 already. Now, I know I made a mistake in part 1, somewhere along the lines. Don't know where, but I'm not going to change it because do you know how much stitching this is in there? And then I've started on part 2. I love part 2, look at that. I did this for I started stitching this for Amazing Race, and I managed to finish part 1, and then I got so much stitching done for part 2. Look at that, it's beautiful stitching. I love the colours in this, it pops so much. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I can't wait to get that out again and start stitching on this. Once I've done, I think what I'm going to do is once I have finished the blackwork sale in the Strident sale, I'm going to put this in so I can get this finished, I think. Next one, what am I up to now? So I'm up to 18, number 17, project number 17 is All Year Round Sale, and again that's by Amanda Butler, and again that's in the cross stitch September, and it starts in September. Oh, so sorry, I should have said the Mindful Mandala was a sale, and part 1 started in the cross stitch January issue 2024, and then it carried on and on. So it starts in January issue. The all year round sale is again by Amanda Batley, so she's done these, and it starts. I started it on the 27th of September 2024, so I started it 3 days after I'd done the mandala, and that started in the September's issue of 2024. So I started that on time, but I'm behind. So cross stitch, and that was part 1 that started, and this is project number 17. And this is where I'm up to. Have I got this the right way around? No. Okay. I'm just going to put clips on this before I drop it. So, I've done September, October, November, and I've almost finished December. So I've only done part 4. I've only done up to part 4. I'm not putting the months in because I didn't like it. I thought it would spoil it. And then at the bottom here, you you put in whether it's autumn or winter. So here, what I'm doing here is I'm thinking about putting where it goes winter, so I'm thinking about putting the months in there. I haven't decided yet, as you can see. So I'm just concentrating on doing the months, the sections first before I decide about what I'm going to do with the months and the seasons. So again, I might put Mandela and all year round sale once I finish the black work sales. I might put these into Strident sale. Right. Project 18 is Live, Laugh, Love. I started this on the 28th of September 2024. It was a restart because the original one was, no, I did it wrong. I didn't have enough room. I had Laugh all the way over because I was following it on the pattern keeper, and I didn't have enough room when I should have moved it over. And then once I did restart it, I realised I didn't want to do the laugh. I decided I didn't want to do that. I didn't like it. It wasn't, once I did the live, I was like discussing with my husband, and I was like, I don't want to do the laugh. And so between the pair of us, we decided to change it, and he designed a heart for me with family is everything. And so this is by Circus Stitches. The pattern, the live, laugh, life. I'll put the pattern in of what it was supposed to have looked like, and the mock-up of the heart that my husband did. And this is what I did. I did the live where it was originally, and then I just did the O, V and E under the L. And that's what I done. It was hard work because I had to work out where to put the O and put the letters individually. And then at the bottom, as you can see, I've started with, I think that says everything if I remember correctly, and that's where I've started. and then I'm going up, and that's where I am. And that's that one. Right, so project 19 is Boo by Teresa Curry and Brian Straglamel. I can't say his name. It's in the Just Cross Stitch magazine Halloween issue 2015. Originally, these were on the separate blocks where you just did the B and the two O's and you put them out and you put them on blocks. I scrapped that because I didn't want to do it. I've decided to put them all on one piece. And I did that. So I've already finished the B, and I'm now working on the second O. So they're all together, so I'm going to do it all as one square, as one thing all together, instead of separately. And that's what I've done. I started it on the 15th of January 2025, and again I did it for Bringo. Yep, I did it for Bringo. And that's what I done. Excuse me, I got sore throat again. Right. Project 20. I don't think these are going anymore because I bought them ages and ages ago. Is by DMC. I got it in a little shop where we live. They don't do any cross stitch anymore, I don't believe. It's called Capricorn by DMC. I started it on the 23rd of January this year, 2025. And it came as a kit. The kit fabric, the fabric is dark blue, and I believe it's 14 count. I'm pretty certain it's 14 count. It's the fabric, the threads are colorless, and this is what I've done so far. Oh, hang on a minute, you can see right through that. But yes, this is what I've got. It's looking good. I don't think I've got too much to do now. I think most of it's on the head. Pretty certain it is. I can't show you the picture because I haven't got it. I've sort of took the pictures because I use I don't use fabric bags. I use little Ziploc bags, and so I took the charts out of them, and not the charts, the because the charts are folded a bit smaller, but the pattern thing of what it would look like when it's finished. The cover photo, sorry. And I took them out so I could fit everything in it. And I've put them down somewhere. And so this is what it looks like. And so I've got I don't think there's much left to do on that. They stitch pretty quickly actually. So I'm actually enjoying it. But I just don't know how much I've got left to do. So, Project 21, Blackwork Sal 2023 by Peppermint Purple. I restarted this on the 26th of January 2025 because I did the border wrong, and every time I unpicked it to redo it again it was wrong. So I decided to do the fillers border first, then do the border, and then do the bits inside. But then I still did it wrong a bit, but anyway, it's nail hay there. So And this is what I've done. Have I got the other way around? No. I didn't. It's upside down. It's that way. And so, that's all I've done. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, no. I don't know what the numbers are. I'm sure it's because it goes in a circle, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Or is it the other way around? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm only on week 14. And we're on week 48. That's how far behind I am. Look. Well, no, I've already got all the whole pattern, but that's how far behind I am. These don't take long to stitch up. I really need to get these done. But that is all I've got done. That's how far behind I am. So I really do need to get them done. I need to kick up the bum, is what I need. So that's that one. The second one is Blackwork Sale 25, again from the same stitcher, the same designer, Peppermint Purple. And this is this year's one. And as I said, we've got the we're up to week 48. And I haven't even done anything. But I know, I need to get these sorted. And I will. And this is what I've got done. And this is project. Sure if that's, yeah, it is red. Right, so this is Blackwork South 2025, project number 22. I started this on the 28th of January 2025. And that's all I've got done. Here, I know it shows 2, but this one is in the wrong place. So this has got to be moved over here. I put it in the wrong place, so I've got to unpick it and restitch it. I ain't unpicking all of this because I believe it's in the right place. I'm not sure, but I know this is in the wrong place, so I've got to unpick this and put it all in there. So first I'm copying it and stitching it in there, and then I can unpick that. So that's my plan. But that is what I've got left to do. I've still got loads to do. I've got tons to do. But yeah. And that's that. Right. Project 23 is 4 Seasons by Goffin Design, and I started it on the 30th of January 2025. So these are all, I think from Boo, were all this year's projects. So that's not too bad. And we have spring and autumn. But I've got to unpick autumn because I've done it wrong, in the wrong colours. It's summer's colours that I've done. Right, so that's what I've got. I've almost finished spring. Autumn I've got to unpick. Luckily I didn't do too much, so I can unpick that and stitch with it up in summer. I'm thinking about putting in a little border in between to break it up in black, so I make it pop just in the middle, not, I don't know about the edge yet, I haven't thought about that yet. But the spring isn't far from being finished, so it's, but I'm counting it as one. They are 4 separate designs, but I'm counting it as a one, so that it breaks it up. So I've still got 3 more to do. The next project we've got here, so that was 23. Project 24 is Let It Snow by Stitch Normally. Oh, god damn it, I just spilled my tea. 1 minute. Right, so Project 24 is Let It Snow by Stitch Normally. I started this on the 18th of February 2025. And this is what I've got done. Again, this is another project that is almost finished. So I've done that done, and as you can see, I've got quite a bit done. I think I've just got to fill in the word snow and a bit on the letter it, on the word it, and then just little bits in here, and I think there, and then just there, and just little bits. But that's what I've got to do, and that's that one. So that's the project almost finished. Project 25 is where are we? Blackwork Sale 24 by Peppermint Purple. This was a restart because the original one, I restarted this 3 times because I couldn't get it right and it was doing my head in. So, because I was starting it without the border, and I kept doing it wrong, I couldn't get my head around it, so I gave up and decided to, I did it on, as you can see, I did it on 14 count easy guide because it was easier, and then I stitched I started this, when did I start it? 1st of March 2025, and then what I did was the border. I did the border first, and then I went down and I did the corners. I started working in the corners, and then I started working out what I needed to do. So the inner bits, you know, the stitch, the around the edges of the fillers, because normally I do, if you look at my other ones, I do the crosses around the a border around the fillers. Well, I was having difficulty with this one, and so I had to plan very carefully. At the time when I did this one was up to date. Obviously, I'm not now. And so I am going to catch up on this and then fill in the borders around the fillers. That's my plan on that one. So I'm doing the border last, the filling bits afterwards, because I struggled with it, but that's my plan, and that's what I'm going to do. It looks wonderful. I love the colours on it. The brown was an accident. I don't know how I managed to get the brown in it, but I'm leaving the brown off now, and then I'm just going to do the other colours. So my plan is, I don't know whether to unstitch the brown on some of it, you know, because if you look here, that is stitched in the wrong colour. No, I don't know. anyway, they're all stitched in the wrong colour. So what I might do is these, I don't know what to do. So I might just leave it as it is and then just do the rest of the colours in the right ones and just, you know. So it's all messed up, but that's what I'm going to do anyway. So that's it. And that's me stitching to do. There's that one. So that was project 25. Project 26. I originally started this last year for for leap year, and I started it on 14 count Ada, and then realised that I started it on, I didn't have enough fabric. I think the mandala is often on that off count, I think. Anyway, it's nothing I can do about it now. So I decided to resto it. I got extra threads because I was originally going to do it in 3 different colours, I believe, but I changed my mind, and I'm doing it in a variegated 4250, I think it is. And so I've got extra threads, and I'm doing it on 18 count Ada, and I made sure I got enough. I mean, this is huge. And this is, where am I think, I'm not sure, I might have almost finished page 1. Let me have a look. I know I've got some back stitch to do. I don't know whether to do back stitch as I go along on this. I think I might actually, because I'm almost done. There's not much back stitch to do in this, so if I'm looking at this, yeah, right, page, let's get rid of that. Page 1 goes to here, so I've already done there, and then it goes down to here. So I've got a little bit left to do on page 1, and page 1 is completed, and I've already started on page 2 apparently. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, sorry folks, I'm going to go back, and I believe there's back stitch, there's just back stitch here and here, and there will be back stitch down here a little bit, which is the looking at it, there's a butterfly next to here, so you see I haven't finished it off yet when you look, and so I will be finishing. So yeah, I'm going to back stitch it in after once I've done the first page. I'm going to go back, I'm going to do the back stitch in black, because I've got the black going around the border to make it pop, because it was originally done in black, but I'm doing it in 4250. So I'm going to go back and do it in black back stitch to make it pop, so it's tying from the border into the picture to make it stand out a bit, and I think that would make it pop. So that's the pandemic. So yeah, so as I said, I restarted it on the 10th of April 2025, and this is by Long Dog Sampler. So as I said, originally I did it for leap year, but I did it a year later, I restarted it a year later. So the plan is then, I don't know if I can catch up with it, but I've been watching Andrew from the Runner Stitcher, and he's done Saga. Oh my god, I love Saga. So I am thinking that my aim is, if I can get the pandemic finished, I don't know if I'll get it finished in the 4 years, because I've already wasted a year stitching the other one. We'll see. If I get it finished, then I might buy Saga and get it finished, and then start Saga if I finish the Pandemic by the next leap year. We'll see, because I absolutely love working on Pandemic. Pandemic's one of my favourites. Alright, so project 27 is a Jack-o'-lantern from by Kim Bemish. I got it from the Just Cross Stitch summer 2025. I started it on the 29th of April 2025. It's on the same project as Boo. It's on the bottom of this. And there we go, it's upside down. It's here. There it is. It's a little square. I think there's 9. It's supposed to be a biscornu, I believe. But yeah, I'm almost done the 3rd square. Let me fold this over actually. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm on the 3rd square. Once I finish that, then I can work on the other ones. I think that's how I got it. I can't remember how it goes, but when I put the picture in, you'll see it. But that's what I've done so far. Yeah, not bad. So, as I said, I'm going to work on these to get them done. Right. Project 28 is The Night to Remember. It's about the Titanic. I'm stitching it for my son because he absolutely loves Titanic. I've had the project for years. I bought it, I can't remember, I bought it a few years ago now, but I never started it. So I decided to start it, and I started it 30th of April 2025. It's by Madison Patterns. They are no longer selling on Etsy, so you can no longer get the pattern. I checked. I will put a picture in where it will look like. Oh no, this is the offcut off of that Pandemic originally, because it's the same fabric and it's upside down. And this again, it's supposed to be done in half stitches as well, but guess what? Yeah, I did it in 2 crosses, but I like 2 crosses. I like it. I don't know why. This is what I've got done. This, I think, is the water. I originally think it was supposed to be done on black fabric or dark fabric, but I'm doing it on white or ivory in this case. Is it ivory? Cream? I don't know. Anyway, but that's what I've got done. This is obviously the pole. This bit here it's supposed to represent the light, I think, and then this is the water in the background, I think. When I put the picture in, you'll see what I mean. But that's what I've got. So that was project 28. 29 is the Colourful Bookmarks by Joan Elliott. I started the first one on the 26th of June 2025. It's from the cross stitch issue, no, the World of Cross Stitch issue 2666 in 2018. I started the first one on the 26th and I finished it, and then ever since then I've been doing, and I'm on my third bookmark now, and this is what I've got. And that's what I've got done so far. If you noticed, they're not all the same colours. If you noticed, they've been changed because when I was stitching, I kept getting the colours mixed up on some of them because they weren't right. But anyway, they've been switched up. But I think it makes it unique that it's not all the same. So anyway, it'll be fine. So this is what I've done so far. And these are pretty easy, these blocks, if you look, because I just do a single block at a time, and it stitches up pretty quick. The only time I use the white is this bit here. That's the only time I use the white. The rest of it's in colour. So that's that one. Now this is my favourite. This is a T-Rex by Silver Creek Samplers. I got this by I got it from my friend Vicky. She was selling them. I'd already done Jurassic Park. It's on the same fabric. Jurassic Park coffee. Look, I'll quickly show you. I already finished that. That's what I did so far. So then I want you to do the tea one, because what I want to do is have them both in the same frame, like top and bottom, and put them in my kitchen area. And this is what I've got done so far. All I've got left to do is to finish off the EVX and put a teacup in, and a teacup in, and it's finished. There's not much left to be done, honestly. So I can't wait to get that finished. And that's, what did I say, that was project 30. I started this on the 25th of July 2025, so it's not far from being finished. Project 31. Now I'm surprised these are still here, because these little mice don't take long to stitch up, but I didn't get them done. Anyway, Project 31 is Lunar New Year Mouse by Lucy Heaton. They are in the Furry Towels collection, because she's got loads of them. I'm not sure what issue they are from. It's in the World of Cross Stitching issues, both of them. I started one on the 6th of August 2025, so that's the first one. As you can see, I've done quite a bit, so it's not going to be long before I finish it, and that's my plan, hopefully this month, to get it done. That's that. And then I started the Librarian Mouse, which is Project 32. I started it on the 25th of August 2025, and again that's by Lucy Heaton, and that's in the Fairy Tales collection. Again, I don't know what issue it is. It was in they're in the cross stitch, the World of Cross Stitch ish magazines, and they're at the front of the magazine, and you'll see them. She does a lot for the World of Cross Stitch magazine, and they are adorable. I've got most of them, with the exception of missing a few. But if you go on her website, she has them on sale there. Did I say the Librarian Mouse? Again, I started it on the 25th of August 2025, and that's all I've got started. As I said, again, I have normally these are finished because these stitch up pretty quick. So I'm surprised I still got them hanging around, but they're going to get done. Project 33 is Lighthouse. Now I don't know who the designer is, because I can't remember. I can't remember who the designer is. I bought it for a while ages ago, and I can't remember who it is. I tried looking, but I can't find it. Who it is, and it doesn't say on the chart because I had a look. I think it was either a Russian or a designer or something like that, so I can't remember who it is. I started it on the 27th of August 2025, and I've already finished, I think, 5 colours, so it's not long for finishing. And this that's what I've got done. I like my lighthouses. Look at that. Okay. Oh, there's a thread hanging. I didn't realise that. That is what I've got done so far. It's so cute. And that's what I've got done. I have only got 3 more projects to show you. Project 34 is Butterfly Fairy. It's by Leslie Teal. Now I put down it's in the cross stitch crazy issue, but in the cross stitch crazy issue it's on like 2 or 3 pages. Now when I was scrolling through my magazines looking for things to do for bloody blah blah that I planned for, I came across it in a different magazine, and it had, because when I was trying to stitch for the wings I was having difficulty. Now I found it and it was on, literally, I think it had the top half on one page and the other half on a different page. So I decided to scrap that, and I can't remember what magazine it's in now, so I need to find it again, and I'm going to put the magazine that the other one is in, so I can use it in that, which would be easier than the cross stitch magazine. Not that I've got any defence against the cross stitch crazy magazine, because they have good jobs. It was just that I struggled trying to work out where the colours go, where the stitches go, if you know what I mean. But I absolutely love this one, and I don't normally stitch like fancy ladies and stuff like that, but this, you know, I fold it in half so it's easier to look for. The weather is not very good. This is what I've got done, and I'm absolutely loving it. I can't wait to stitch on it again. And that is what I've got done. And I started that on, did I say, the 28th of August 2025. I love this one. I've got quite a lot on this one done. So project, that was project 34, didn't I say, yeah? Project 35 is Coffin Shop, Coffin Shop by Little Girl Shop on Etsy. The designer is Jordan Nicole. I started it on the 5th of September 2025, and this is what I got done. I did it for my myth stitching when we were stitching. Look at that, look at this little puff. This is so cute. Look at this. And I've already done this, and I've got the little Dracula. So I've still got quite a bit to do, but I'm absolutely enjoying it. That is so cute. And that's that one. And then I do have one more project, but so I've got 38 projects at the moment. No, 37 projects at the moment, but it won't count. It's ish. Right, so project 36 is Woody from the Toy Story collection. It's a Disney like pack again, and it's got other ones in it. And I'm stitching Woody. Now I've got to unpick this because I made mistakes, so this is why I haven't stitched on it for a while. And you can see it's still in a frame, but this is what I've got done, and that's all I've done so far. But I've made a mistake, and I don't know where I've made a mistake, so I'm just going to unpick it all and start again. It's only 150 stitches, but that's my plan. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unstitch the whole thing and start again, because as you can see I started in the middle. So I think what I'm going to do is count from the middle, go up, and then restitch again, because I can't count from that. I started that project on the 6th of October 2025. I'm doing that for my little nephew, who turned 3, by the way. It was supposed to be his birthday present, but yeah. So I'm going to try and see if I unpick it, because they stitch up pretty quick, those little things. So I might do it for his Christmas if I get knuckled down. Depends on how my fibre and my migraines go, because when it strikes, that's it. Right, so project number 37, sorry. This won't be long though, because it'll be done by Sunday. Is Birthday Greetings by Joanne Drones. It's a birthday card from my brother. It's got presents, cakes, balloons in it. And I'm about halfway through it, and I'm not far from finishing it. And I started this on the 10th. So it's not going to be long before it's finished. And that's it. And that is my WIP Parade. Done and dusted. I thought it was going to be longer. It's only an hour and 20 minutes. Right. That does bring it to the end. I will be editing it, and I will upload it sometime soon. Okay. Thank you for watching. And hopefully I will see you soon. Bye.